André, me fala aí como é que você quer seu cabelo hoje.
Chico, quero igual o do David Beckham.
Assim?
Assim.
Pode ser. Então a gente vai fazer ele jogadinho aqui pra frente, né? Levantadinho, bagunçadinho e aqui bem baixinho do lado. Pode ser?
Beleza.
That's what we're gonna do, guys. He's showing me a picture here from David Beckham, and we're gonna do very short down to like a very low fade here. He doesn't want too bald on the sides. We're gonna make nice and square and tight here since his bone structure is very pronounced here. So we're gonna make tighter and more slimmer. We're gonna add some texture and we're gonna style his hair forward, masked, and we're gonna put the fringe up a little bit. And you can see the hair here is very light, it's getting lighter. So that's what we're gonna do here today. And his face shape is an oval face shape. What I would do here with his beard, I will do the same in terms of always trying to bring back the masculine look, more strong structured bones, features and lines, meaning that I would use the hair. When I say oval face is because when you imagine like an egg, for instance, the egg, it points down and goes round a little bit, right? That's how it looks like here, because his chin is pointy and rounded off here, and the chin is pointy and short, kind of rounds off a little bit. So I would use hair here to compensate, but we're gonna focus on the haircut today. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save some hair on the crown, because he's got a flat crown here. So let's do it. You guys ready? Welcome back to the Modern Barb Blueprint course at Invictus Barber Academy. And today here I have an amazing haircut and style, because we have a very interesting haircut, because we have Andre here, his receding line, his hair is very light on his hairline, and he brought me a picture that is very, it's kind of something that I want to apply to bring up the style that he wants me to do it. It's going to be a little challenge, but it's very easy. But once you understand the 4 pillars that we have to follow, which is consultation, preparation, application, and finalization. So in today's video, just follow the step by step. You're going to see amazing transformation. Guys, the first thing what I'm going to do, wetting out the hair. I'm going to cut the whole top first. I'm wetting out the hair so I can section the hair correctly, have more control of the hair with my sections as well. I'm not separate any big panels today. Okay, his hair is very short. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take one profile guide on the center. I'm gonna leave the fringe and I'm gonna choose my length from the fringe. I'm not cutting the fringe, but I'm going to cut more on the apex, making the apex like more balanced with the proportions the same. And here, I'm choosing my length and I'm choosing my shape. So I took my profile guide, very short hair. Short hair is not easy to work with shears, because it's hard to grab it. But now I have my length and my shape here. Zoom everything forward. I'm going to cut this side, which is the right hand side, following my profile. The fringe, I'm not cutting much, almost nothing, just kind of even it out. My fingers are straight. At the end, I'm going to add a lot of texture, and I'm going to try to balance it out. Not try, I'm going to balance it out. So if the hairline, as you can see, very light, his hair fall a little bit, and what I'm gonna do, the top here is too dark, and it is enhancing more this hairline. So I'm going to remove weight here and add some texture, so we'll balance. So you're gonna see more in one. When you look at it, you're gonna see everything balanced. So this side is done. So I did my profile, this side. So now I'm bringing up all the hair from the fringe up on the other side, and I'm cutting square shape. So now here, bring everything to the side, cutting flat layers. Very simple and easy haircut to do it. What it demands from us, understanding. Understands, allow you to work more comfortable, confident. Very simple and easy haircut. I'm leaving more hair on the crown so I can play with. Two important things that was very important to analyze and identify before I start cutting. One was his face shape and also his head bone structure, which means the skull bones, to understand and use hair to compensate areas that needs to be compensated. Means here in the crown also, it's got a very, very flat crown and normal occipital bone. His occipital is kind of normal, but here dips down and kind of create this flat crown. We're gonna use hair to kind of have more movement here and be more balanced, okay? But also here on his apex, his bone structure goes like go into the center like a cone head. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave more here, hair on the corners, actually right here at the parietal ridge, above the parietal ridge on zone 2 and zone 1. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave more hair here, which is more full, and I'm gonna flat this out a little bit like I did with flat layers here, square shape, shorter, and leave here longer, which means that I'm gonna break that beak and then everything's gonna be more square, okay? I'm going to use a small round brush and I'm going to use high pressure. I want to press this head down here as much as I can and medium heat, okay? The crown, I always like to use without nozzle, because I like to lift the hair and kind of see which direction the hair goes. I put it back with pressure, and I'm already styling the hair according to what he showed me. Guys, you're barely gonna see me start cutting the bulk without putting my base, but today I'm not using my base. I'm gonna be using my sight and my fill to know where I can stop with my guard. I'm going to debulk here. I want this very high and short. I'm gonna start debulking with 1.5 closed, and then we're gonna go down to, we're gonna do the fade, okay? So my base is gonna come straight, and it differs here all the way right at the occipital bone, because I want to maintain some hair here. So this is not going to be flat anymore, okay? Phase 1, 0 and below. But look what I want to do. I said it's an easy haircut, easy style, but it demands from us knowledge and understanding. Look right now, I don't want to have the C-cup line. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use different angle. I'm going to do like a 0 and below, first phase. And then I'm going to do 0 and below, but my clipper is angled back like this because I want to disappear this line. So here is going to be a low fade. See how low I am here with my 0, and my line is gradually going up like this, instead of being flat, straight, or down. That's why I want this part disappear. So here, guys, every single hairstyle, every single haircut is important. It is important just not for yourself. When you see a simple style like this, very simple, you might be thinking, oh, I'm just gonna buzz it. I'm going to just buzz it, make some money. That's a quick haircut. Fine. But when you look, when you have a different lenses, meaning that you're doing this for your client, I applied my knowledge about consultation. I applied all the techniques to be able to do something that to get closer at least to the picture that he showed me. So, and also makes him happy because he's in my chair, not just because like, oh, I just want to buzz in my hair and make it lower. He wants to feel good, okay? So every single time somebody sits in a chair, use all the techniques you learn, everything that I'm saying to make your client happy. Happy client, happy pocket. My foils now, I'm gonna keep low, always cleaning, brushing. So when it comes to this style, this length of hair, so I did my 0 and below, I debulk with 1.5. So now I can gain time. If I want to make this faster, I can do my speed fade, okay? A speed haircut, which is gonna allow you to serve more clients and make more money. So I did 0 and below, and now I'm not creating any more graduation line, and I'm gonna use 0 open, and I'm going to work from his temple all the way to his nape, and I'm gonna do the whole side only using 0 open down to 0. See, 1.5 close, 0 and below, and I have all the hair between to blend it only with the 0 guard, using like a free hand. But at the end, of course, I'm gonna use another guard just to refine and define and some details here. 0 open, ears down, closing my lever. For every time I want to stay low, I close my lever. If I want to go higher, I open up and incline my blade. And also I can work placing my guard, my blade on the skin and come off in the free hand. So I'm closing my lever. So now it took me less than 1.5 minutes to fade this hair. Now I'm gonna do some details here, and that's it. So for the details, I'm using half open, free hand too, because half is kind of very short, very small guard. Because I use to debulk, I use 1.5, so it's a big jump, a big downgrade. You see? Just some details with the half open. I blended everything down. This is our second phase. Blend everything down from 1.5 to 0. Done. This side is done. As you can see, it's perfect. So it saves you time, and also you can make more money, be more productive. So now the fade is done. Now I'm using my blending shear, my regular shears, just to break it down. A little bit of the overlapping. I'm not gonna work and cut too much here on the receding lines. I'm working on the corners. You guys saw how quick I executed that fade. Very simple and easy debulk. 0 and below, and freehand with zero open all the way to zero gap. So my barbering comb and blending shears. Last details with my shears. We got some claws here. We got some, it's kind of deep, and I'm doing point cutting. I'm lightening this out. Blending shears, my barbering comb. Guys, you're going to see me using my blending shears most of the time because I truly believe if you know how to handle your shears, how to manipulate, how to use them, it's very beneficial for you. Knowing how to use all your tools correctly. How you hold, how you approach, how you maneuver, manipulate. So here you've seen everything. Haircut, guys, is like sculpturing something. Hairstyle is like a sculpture. You use your hair as a white canvas, and you kind of use your imagination and apply your knowledge to transform that person, to give life to that style. Guys, we come to the end, but now the hair is too short to grab it and do point cutting. I'm going to use my comb. I'm going to swipe my comb and lift the hair, and I'm going to add texture, point cutting technique by just lifting the hair with the comb. So I did zone 2. I did area 2. Area 4. I go with my comb, swipe my comb like this, tilt it, grab the hair, lift it up, and point cutting. You can also do that change your body position, stay in front of him. So now I'm doing zone 5, which is the top. Zone 3 and 1. As you can see, very light in his hairline. I'm going to use my blending shears just to light this up a little bit, but I cannot use my blending shears where is already receding, where it's already light. I'm using all over, but not on the receding lines. I need to choose carefully where I'm going to be applying my blending shears. So here on the bar, I'm not pushing the hair too far, deep far. back. I'm kind of working under the hair that I need to cover here, his receding areas. Kind of just cleaning. Same thing here. So the hair is dry. The hair is not going to obey me because it's short. I'm going to wet it out again. I mean, not wet, but just a little damp. And I'm going to apply my product and dry the product into the hair, and the hair will stay in the position that I want. I'm applying a little bit of paste. It's going to give me a matte effect. Will give me a natural silky look. Spread well in your hands. Right now, this is the first application. I'm gonna have to do a little bit after, but at the same time, I'm gonna do a little after with texturizing powder. So now, I'm going to dry into this position and apply a little texture powder and style. So here, medium pressure, medium heat. I'm rolling the fringe, creating some volume in the style. The crown, no nozzle. Put it back on this side. And roll it. Almost finished. Now I'm adding some powder. We're on the phase of finalization. The powder is gonna go all over. So now I'm gonna use a little paste in my hand, just a little bit less than I applied before in the beginning. To use both and kind of styling his hair now, giving life to the whole hairstyle, the whole haircut that I did. Paste. Why I'm applying just a little bit less than before is because the hair is going to be too heavy and it's gonna flop, it's gonna fall. So now I'm applying just a little bit just to finish the last detail. Make sure the product disappears in your hand, and now you can work with your hands and imagination. You see now I'm using my hands and I'm pushing the sides in the receding area forward to cover, lifting the fringe. I would advise him to let the fringe grow just a little bit here in the center, a little bit on both sides, so we can lift them more and have more hair to work with. Back here, I'm grabbing the hair, lifting up, make his a trendy style. Guys, now I'm using my regular comb just to give him the last detail here, back. When I'm working with my comb, most of the time I work on the parallel ridge with this comb, because I'm just pushing the hair down, making the hair stay in place. And also I'm going to use my wide tooth comb to kind of making popping out the texture that I use, but pushing the hair forward. Kind of low here because remember he's got a cone head, it's got a point peak right here, so I'm making the hair lower and lifting up the fringe and work it on. Like I told you, even if it's kind of very easy haircut that it seems like, give your best to make your client happy. So final details now. So, a little bit of hairspray, just to give him some longevity and hold. Guys, you already know I don't like using enhancement, but this haircut, I'm an educator, I'm a content creator, So what I'm doing here, I want to also educate you and show you how to use the toe peak to keratin the hair fibers to cover up some light spots. So the idea here is to show you how to use and when to use, okay? Because as many times I told you, I don't like to use enhancement unless he wants to go to a party, he wants to go to a work interview, he's going to a wedding or some, you can just apply, or you as a barber promote yourself, you can do it, okay? But I don't do daily basis on my client. So here I'm applying a toe peak hair fiber just to cover up the lightning. And what's gonna happen, I'm gonna take some pictures, it's gonna come out good. So I use toe peak X Fusion. This is a medium brown, his hair is medium brown, and I have this thing here that I'm blowing, and the fiber will glue on the hair on each strand, and the strand is going to become thicker and it's going to cover up more space, which this is going to give more density to the hair. We came to the end. This is the final result. We have here David Beckham. No, just kidding, but he showed me a picture of David Beckham, and now this is the final result. You can see closer. Put it down. I use a little bit enhancement so just I can take some picture and promote my work. It's a very low fade, okay, because I wanted this effect. As you can see, push the hair forward, cover up, everything texturized. You saw the before and after. Now I want to break down this for you guys real quick, okay? So what I didn't have any separation of panel, okay, none. What I did was I grabbed the hair, profile on the center, cut my profile using the length that he already had in a fringe, lift her up, cut in a square, lower here on the top, since his head is like a cone like this on the top, on the apex. So I cut it shorter, and then I cut flat everything like square shape in here. So once I did that, to be able to connect, I connect everything in flat layers, maintaining my crown longer here in the back, maintaining here more longer so I create more movement like you guys seen it. I'm gonna put it down like that. So as you can see, he is dark and I have lots of hair here. Even if you let it grow more, it's fine because we're gonna have more hairs here to compensate and create more movement. So you see how this occipital is kind of regular. It's not too far out, it's not too pronounced, it's not too flat, but the crown was very flat, okay? And he is nice. And the most important thing today that I showed you was the fade, how you do a quick fade, how you do a fast fade. That is going to help you to be more productive. What I did debulk with 1.5 close high, and then I did my phase 1, which was 0 and below, and then I use my 0 open, no guard, and work freehand half head, so the sides and back on this side, and then I did the same thing on the other side, so freehand, and then I have some detail with the half. Once I finish, I use my blending shears, my regular shears, and then after I texturize a little bit. As you can see, I lift the comb. As you saw it, I lift the hair with the comb because the hair was short. I did like deep point cutting. That's how it looked like the end. At the end, to style the hair, I apply a little bit of paste. You blow dry again, blow dry everything inside the hairline, everything in, and lifting up the fringe. Apply a little bit of, before the blow dry, a little bit of paste, a little bit of texturizing powder, and then to finalize, when the hair was dry already, a little bit of more paste, and kind of use my finger, the palm of my hand, to create my look, to create my style. And this is the final end result. Finally, here it is, and I'm enjoying being here with you guys. I hope you guys are understanding. I hope you guys are liking this class. I encourage you guys to send a message and kind of create a connection on the community, and I'm gonna be there 24/7 answering all questions that you have. I believe I'm delivering here something that is gonna help lots of barbers, lots of people in our industry out there. So this is the final result. Write it down, get a model, do it, apply, because if you don't apply, if you don't do it, if you don't apply on your clients, you're not gonna learn, you're not gonna be able to achieve something, you're not gonna be able to grow. So thank you very much guys for watching, for helping, for your support. I'll see you in the next class.